So before we move on to Raw, let's talk about the WWE release list that came out.
Ooh.
So the Wyatt Six is axed. I'm reading this off my computer. And then another, I feel like these are kind of caught me off guard because
Kyrie Sane.
um, Kyrie Sane is gone. Aleister Black and Zelina are gone. Santos Escobar is also gone, which I didn't know that he got injured in AAA, and basically they were like they just gave him the boot. And then Zoe Stark, if you remember when she broke her leg on live television?
Yes, unfortunately.
That was absolutely insane. And then I saw like a clip. Maybe I'll have it like pulled up for like next week or something. I'll do some digging. But I did see a clip of her like going to rehab and like being like, I'll be back soon. And like basically she was about to come back and they gave her the boot. And then I'm also kind of like upset about this whole Alba Fire thing because I know that Chelsea is not the U.S. champion anymore. But what are they gonna do with the Secret Service? Is that just axed because Piper Niven is also done right now? Like,
I mean, that they'll probably Chelsea Green will probably just write herself a new character and just keep it
yeah, or
going.
maybe like a whole
Yeah,
new
or
thing.
bro, she could just be Chelsea Green and just go back to doing what she was doing.
And
So
then also here it says Apollo Cruz, which I knew that he was like a big thing before I started rewatching the show again.
I wouldn't say a
But
big I wouldn't
but
say a big thing. I would say
but I
uh,
don't know anything about him, so
so.
I don't know.
All right, if I could give you the highlight of Apollo Cruz,
Hmm.
Apollo Cruz was around for original NXT days. People,
Hmm.
he has a really big in people's hearts for that. What I mainly remember Apollo Cruz for was basically Apollo Cruz was the original Obafemi. So
Okay, okay.
he had the original African gimmick, like African
Hmm.
royalty. But the problem was is that we heard Apollo Cruz talk regular for fucking 4 years, and then out of nowhere he came back with like this African accent, and he was a heel, and it was great to me. It was great shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And he was feuding with Big E for the Intercontinental title and beat Big E at I think it was what WrestleMania like 30 something, the pandemic WrestleMania, where there was nobody
Hmm.
there, and they had like it was like a African something street fight, and then like I just remember JBL and Jerry the King Lawler were like trying to talk about like previewing the match, and they were like, yeah, it's a whatever it was, like an African street fight, and they were like, yeah, we can't say too much about this because it'll be over for us.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but
So let me go ahead and share this with you. I do have some clips pulled up of what
Kaiser,
happened. So here is like the kind of the post. This is from Wrestling World CC.
yeah,
That they let everybody know. Like I don't know who Dante Chen was.
he's the NXT guy.
I do know Andre Chase. I do have like one video that I do want to show you. He did come out, and
I just want to hop on here and let
this is kind of how I found out about this whole thing because this past weekend I was working.
Mm-hmm.
We did have Miss Grand California pageant at the studio. So while I was like eating my lunch, I opened my phone and this is the first video that I saw, and I was like, wait a second. I was
Yeah.
like, WWE releases like basically
Every year after,
insert the Vince McMahon clip. You're
but
fired.
every year after Mania, they always do this.
I honestly didn't even pay attention. We should see like who was cut last year
Yeah,
to kind of like make a comparison. But this is Andre Chase. He was part of the Chase U.
he was
Like
Chase
I
U.
said, I didn't really watch. I don't really watch NXT all that much. I do catch it from time to time. So I did know that he had like a faction going on, like the preppy
Yeah,
look and
no, I
stuff
like
like that.
I liked Andre Chase because he would always wrestle in Jordans too. He was cool.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he was cool.
So let's check out what he has to say.
you all know that as of today, I've officially been on a
Oh,
WWE contract. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the support. Thank you to everybody who threw up the U at the shows, whether you bought my t-shirt, bought my action figure, played with me on WWE 2K. just know that you truly helped make something out of nothing, because when I signed with WWE on the first day, it was made abundantly clear that I was never going to be on television. I was never meant to be a superstar. I was just here to pass on my knowledge to a younger generation. But then something changed, and it was because of your support. It was because of the connection that we had. Suddenly I had whole arenas chanting Chase U and spelling Chase U. And I'm forever grateful for everybody who helped me get to that point. I mean, we won championships in WWE, and that was definitely something that you guys did, and I'm so grateful for it. So thank you so much. The chapter is closed on my WWE career, but my chapter is not closed on professional wrestling. So stay tuned, and hopefully I'm going to be in a town near you very soon. Thank you guys so much. Hey, what's up?
All right, so shout out to him. So if you see him, make sure you show him some love and some support.
It's okay, bro. He's gonna be booked up, bro. He's gonna be booked. He's gonna be the second. He
does have his email there. If you want to go ahead and book him, he's available.
The second those 90 days or 30 days are up, this motherfucker's gonna be booked the fuck up. So he'll be fine.
Oh, all right, so now we have
Zelina.
Now we have Zelina.
It's like I was
popping. She's like popping off. She does have a Twitch. I'm assuming she also plays video games, so that's why she has this setup. But,
her setup is fire.
This is Selena talking about her release. So let's see what she has to say. Shout out to the Backstage Brawl on Instagram for re-uploading this clip.
I'm so shocked, but yeah, I also would have appreciated if Sean Ross Sapp or whoever the fuck announced it could have at least given me the decency to like let me do it myself first. But fuck you, dude. Saying it's like I was.
All right.
I'm sorry, but I disagree. Okay, she has the right to feel the way she feels.
No, not at all.
Also, like, you cannot blame the media for doing their
job. The media's job, bruh. And
literally, they called them and was like, "Hey, this is what we're doing. You have the right to say this."
You know what's funny though about that too? I bet you if TMZ would have reported, she'd be like, "Oh, but I'm in TMZ," you know? Like she wouldn't have been mad about that. She wouldn't have been mad about that, but because it's Sean Ross Sapp, she wants to fucking sit here and be mad at him, and it's like, don't be mad at him. He did his job, bro. Like, he got a list of people. He put it out. You were on the list. It's not like he said specifically, like, made a tweet. Like, you were on the list. It's not like he was like, Zelina Vega has been released. Like, bro, like, your
I don't feel like he was. I don't feel like he was picking on her.
No, because
I feel like he got the intel. Because as somebody who works in production, that's what you do. You do a press release, and you have certain media that has access to it first before anybody else.
Of course, and on top of that too, is like it's not like it was calling her out specifically. It was the names of people.
Yes, so, they weren't picking. He was not picking
her.
All right, but I also feel how she feels. How she's kind of pissed off. How it's like kind of like nobody called me and told me, and then I find out online like. I kind of, as a human, I understand how she feels.
Yes, but
you know,
I mean, you chose to be.
I just thought the clip was funny.
You chose to be in the public. You know, it's funny because now everybody's like making the match like Alistair versus Killer Cross. Everybody's like,
yeah.
So
but remember we watched that video last week. I told you he's never wrong. He's like the Nicki Minaj of wrestling.
Killer Cross,
he never told a lie.
He's right about everything.
I know, right? So yeah, and then the last person that we need to talk about is obviously how do you feel about the YS6 being axed?
Don't care.
And how do you feel about Kairi Sane?
I feel like Kairi Sane always had potential to do something like major. But then I don't know what the fuck happened, bro, but it just never fucking materialized. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, she's an amazing wrestler. I think she had a good character, especially like a solo. They never really fully explored the solo character with her being like the pirate and the goddess of the sea and all this shit. So, I mean, I'm kind of like sad, but I heard that the reason that she even got released is because they said that she wanted to go back to Japan.
Oh, I've also heard that rumor too. But
so I don't know.
I'm just kind of like upset because we're getting the match that we wanted for WrestleMania for Backlash, and I just feel like Kairi being in the middle of it would have made this match so much better.
Yes.
We should have did this at WrestleMania. It's like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, but also too, with the YS6 is like, I don't know, cause it's like it's a 50-50 for me. because on TV, I'm not the biggest fan of spooky wrestling. Period. Like I don't like I like Taker, and like I like Bray Wyatt, but I'm not
I
really
feel like
like.
there wasn't many people who would
It started out amazing. They had
I
a
feel like Undertaker and Bray was the only like two people to ever do that
can't yeah to
type of style.
correctly like we're not correctly, but for to make it go on for so long. So I wasn't
Yes.
like but I could say I was in the arena when the Wyatt Six came out, and like it was an energy when they came out. I can't even front. I can't even front. So I'm like 50-50 with it, but I don't know. It's like they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like 50-50 on that one.
I don't know how to feel either. I just feel like they weren't doing anything with them, and then I was tired of them doing the whole MFT thing. I just feel like they didn't write him good, and
They see
and
and
I feel like the best part was those little movies that they were doing and they were
Yeah.
showing us.
Yeah.
That was like the best part of the
where
whole
he was
like run.
explaining everything, explaining what he did and all the shit.
Yeah,
Like that was
that
sick.
was cinema.
Yeah, that was sick.
Cinema.
That was
But
sick.
everything else was whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me just show you a few more things that, and then we could go ahead and talk about Raw. So Ric Flair went ahead and apologized to Ludwig, and I just thought this whole apology was just comical because I just feel like as somebody who knows people, okay, how can I put it in the best way to explain it? When you get to a certain age in your life, and I hope maybe you could start paying attention to this once I say this. When you get to a certain age in your life, you enter your era where you do not give a fuck and you just say what's on your mind. There's not really like thinking or feelings involved. You just say it versus like, oh, does this make you look fat? Yeah. Like that, like it's no, there's. You don't care anymore.
The older you get, the less the filters remove, and imagine being Ric fucking Flair on top of that.
That's what I'm saying. This motherfucker's in his 70s.
Like,
He does not give a fuck.
nah, Ric Flair probably a little older. Ric Flair probably in his 80s. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, in his 80s, right? He's old. So that's why I thought this whole thing was so comical, like this whole situation. But he did publicly apologize to Ludwig, and then one of the comments that really had me like dying was IR Sherez. It says Ludwig hasn't been on television in quite some time. I wasn't aware he was working in AAA. Could someone please tell me Ludwig's work? Definitely miss seeing him on TV. And I agree. I miss seeing him. I feel like the only time I liked Gunther was when they had Imperium.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Gunther and Ludwig are amazing together.
Yes.
And they're like best friends outside of like wrestling.
Oh yeah. I did see that. They were like at a wedding and stuff.
They're super close.
So shout out to Ric Flair for giving Ludwig a public apology.
Yo, but he trying to expose the gimmick. I don't like that, Rick. Come on, Rick. Stay true to the business.
That's hilarious. I did want to give a shout out to Jack Cellstorm, and so he is training this young guy over here. His name is Daz. He is preparing to try out for the WWE. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick. So shout out to Daz, and I hope you get it, and hope we see you on one of our brands like NXT or TNA.
AAA, anywhere.
AAA.
shit. Oh. Damn.
All right, so shout out to Daz, and good luck to him.
Yo, that's
And I
crazy.
also love this video because it kind of shows what they go through to prep before you see anything in the ring. And I also love this his studio because it has the bow truss ceiling, so you see how tall the ceilings are, and it has like these
Beams.
beams. It's very similar to the studio. So shout out to Daz Black PW. This is his Instagram right here. Best of luck to you, and I hope that we see you very soon. And then we have this. I just thought was funny because at no point did I know that Evolution was on Tubi.
Yeah, Evolve.
Oh God. Oh God.
Do you watch this?
No.
Did you know about this?
Yeah. So Evolve used to be a like an indie promotion, kind of like a Ring of Honor or something like that. It was where a lot of people like Austin Theory, Darby Allin, Gunther, Matt Riddle, a lot of people came from Evolve. And then WWE bought it, and then now they use it as their developmental to the developmental. So this is the developmental for NXT. That's why it's on Tubi.
That's hilarious. This is hilarious.
Wow, she got so skinny.
The girl talking?
Yeah, Nikita Lyons.
Oh, I don't know any of these people, but I just thought it was funny because I was like, wait, I was like, Evolution's on Tubi?
Yeah. Horrible. You know, she was on a reality show, one of them shows.
Really?
Yeah, like the remake of Flavor of Real Chance of Love.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So after this, we'll go ahead and move on to the Raw recap. But study how WWE went from the biggest show in sports entertainment to losing its own fans. This is a study why the elites on Instagram. If you want to go ahead and give them a follow. So it says WrestleMania 41 drew 124,693 fans across 2 nights in 2025. Record gate, record merch, record sponsorships. WWE called it the most successful event in company history. This was 1 year ago. Same venue, same city, 1 year later. 1,672,000 fans, nearly 1,900,000 fewer than last year. WrestleMania 41's.
Wait, what number did you say? What you said? You said 1,600. You mean 106,072.
Yes, sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry because that it just threw me off. I'm sorry, not to be the grammar police.
Okay, so you're right. So it's 19,000 fans fewer than last year. WrestleMania's 41 night 1 alone beat both nights this year combined.
Yo, that's crazy.
Slowest ticket sales became a talking point weeks before the event even started.
But before you go to the next slide, you know why WrestleMania 41 made so much fucking money? It was off of
because John Cena was on the card.
No, John Cena. It was because of WrestleMania 40 being so good.
It was. 'Cause
Literally.
I cried. I cried.
WrestleMania
when,
40
Yeah, WrestleMania
is
40. I cried.
is the best WrestleMania ever.
It is.
So
It is.
hey, WrestleMania 20 is up there. WrestleMania 10, WrestleMania 17. You know, there's a couple that are really good, but that one to me is my favorite. But that's the only reason 41 did so fucking well is because of the success of 40.
Agreed. So the next slide says the cheapest ticket was $600. Sales were down 18% even after discounts and even after adding John Cena as a host. CM Punk called it out on live TV, which I think, in my opinion, was scripted. I don't
No,
think he was. I don't think it was a pipe bomb. No. He's definitely a puppet because he wants to get his money, and I'm not gonna tell nobody how to make their money, but that was orchestrated. Took shots at TKO's leadership directly from inside the ring. When your own talent is doing that, something has gone wrong. Which to me, before I go on to the next slide, like I said, that was planned.
I don't know. I don't. The way I see it is like he there was something maybe he couldn't have said, because at the end of the day, like if it was that crazy, they would have just cut his mic or started playing music. But on top of that too, the problem with TKO, it's just like, bro, like, why do we know this much about y'all? Y'all should just be doing y'all shit in the background.
Agreed.
That's the problem.
But I think they like. I think they like. I think they like the clout. I think they like that we're talking about them.
Of course, because think about it. It's the guy. It's that Ari Emanuel guy, and you know that guy's.
He's a showman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
for sure. So Raw moved to Netflix in January 2025. Fans celebrated, which to me, I was 50-50. I don't know about you, how you feel.
no,
about that.
I liked it because I just anything that can bring wrestling into something, make it more socially acceptable or like cooler, I'm all for. Like I'm all for that. Like I'm all for that. Anything that can legitimize or make the sport that we love cooler to the public, even if it's not for me or even if it's not my favorite thing, I love it. So I was
Okay.
ecstatic about it.
Okay. So it says, then came 12 ad breaks per show. Fans called it unwatchable. The backlash was loud enough that WWE quietly dropped it to 10. And 10 commercial breaks on a platform that people are already paying for.
That and
And
two,
this is the slide that kind of like resonated with me the most
the
because when it happened, I watched it live. So the ads, I was kind of pissed off about it because this is a platform that I'm paying for. Why am I getting an ad?
right. Yes, that
That
makes sense.
that, that
And
pissed me off.
and two, on top of that is like the thing I don't like about Netflix personally is that they fucking cut the promos at like the worst they cut like they go to commercial at the worst possible time where they just like fast forward some shit. Like it'll be like Penta
Yes.
in the middle of a promo, and like you know like something that like is important. Maybe not. It would make him more endearing to the fans or help his brand or whatever. They just like fast forward that, or like you know they'll fade out, or like you know and it's like what the fuck, dude. Like, so
Yes.
that I don't like.
I also agree with that too. And before, if you didn't notice, if you watched it on replay, you wouldn't get ads.
No,
You would only get ads if you
after
were watching it live.
no, you would get ads after like the second day. Then you would not get ads.
Yes. So then it became to you got ads even if you were watching the replay and you could not skip the ads.
Yeah.
They didn't fast forward. I hated that. And now recently that I don't watch it live and I watch it when I can, you're now allowed to fast forward through the ads.
Right,
So at least
right.
they gave us that, you know.
But still, it makes no fucking sense when it's like you went to a commercial free platform. Like when I watch a Netflix movie or some shit. When I watch Tires, I don't need fucking. There's not gonna be an ad if I have the ad free.
Agreed. So I just didn't like that they started changing that. And now if you want to be like completely ad free like we are on YouTube Premium, it's like $30 a month. Like it's something like absurd that they're asking for. And so this post really resonated with me. So let's go on to the next slide. Raw on Netflix. PLE's on ESPN, SmackDown on Peacock, NXT on CW, and Tubi. 4 platforms, 1 product. Fans need 3 subscriptions just to keep up. It got bad enough that the class action lawsuit was filed accusing WWE and ESPN of misleading fans about what their subscription actually covered.
I agree.
I didn't know about this last part. I didn't know that there was a class action lawsuit, but the simple fact that this is now being put on paper in front of you, like it's almost kind of like you're doing your finances. You need 4 platforms to be able to just keep up
with 1 week of wrestling.
This is literally ridiculous.
Yo, just to keep up, we're talking about 1 week of wrestling.
Yes.
We're not talking about months. We're talking about 1 week of wrestling.
And I'm on the fence of canceling my Peacock subscription because I had it because the PLEs, but now the PLEs aren't on there. Like, some of their content, like they still have like a WWE tab, so you can watch like old WrestleManias, you can watch old feuds, but I thought eventually that was gonna come off and only be on Netflix.
That's what I thought too. So right now
I'm paying for a Peacock subscription that I don't know what to do with it.
Right, and that's the thing is that they're slowly integrating all that to Netflix.
Yes, but then you know what they did recently? They dropped that Shawn Michaels documentary on Peacock. So it's just kind of like I'm really like the slide before and this slide really pissed me off.
But you know what I think it is that all right. So for me, the reason that WWE is even on ESPN is for one reason. When UFC was negotiating and UFC went to Paramount Plus, right? Mm-hmm. They had a good relationship with ESPN. They still do. They still have a decent relationship with ESPN. So they were like, hey, we want to, like Netflix only wanted the numbered UFC events. They didn't want the fight nights. So they were going to try to keep the fight nights on ESPN. ESPN didn't want the fight nights. Paramount comes in, takes everything. There's still a relationship with ESPN and the UFC. So they say, hey, we're taking our stuff from your platform, but in return, we're gonna give you WWE, so that you can keep a combat sports fan base.
All under the TKO
exactly. So they were like, "Oh, we'll just give you WWE," you know, and then that's what happened. So it is crazy though. It is insane how hard it is to keep up with wrestling and how much hoops you gotta jump through.
Yeah, it's like this slide besides the one before just really pissed me off. 4 platforms, and I'm sorry, but I refuse to give my money. I already paid like $250 for cable, and this ESPN on PLEs on ESPN is not included for me.
I don't know how, but
$35 a month.
I don't know how you pay so much for cable, sis, when you could just get internet. I don't see why you need cable.
Well, it's like cable, internet. We get like the Dodger channel, so we get to watch all the Dodger games. There's like so much included in our internet and our cable that it's just kind of like a bundle package that we have. But if I could, I would. But it's like I like watching the news. I like watching certain things that are only available for cable. Like I like watching like Unsolved Mysteries that's only available on cable. Like really? I like watching I like watching true crime shows that's only available on cable. So it's just like certain things that we need the cable for. But the fact that I tried to log on and put my provider into the ESPN, they hit me with, okay, you want to watch the WrestlePalooza, which I didn't get to watch. Here's an additional $35 a month is gonna be tacked on.
Like
to your
what
cable.
Like $35 a month is crazy, bro.
When they were advertising it on their shows, saying all you have to do is log on. Because another thing why I like my cable provider is I'm able to watch like Friday Night SmackDown on my phone.
Yeah.
Because it's on cable, so I have an app on my phone that I could watch cable on my phone.
Yeah.
So
okay. I know.
Games or like Fight Night whenever.
Yeah.
Even if we're not at home. So I like that feature, but the fact that I was being advertised that I'm not going to be charged extra, and then when I do do everything that R-Truth was telling me to do. I'm now being charged extra. I was pissed off, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm not getting that money.
Ron Killings, why you lying to us, motherfucker?
He straight up, all you gotta do is connect your
Yeah. Hey,
no.
R-Truth would have never.
It.
He would have never lied if he had the dreads. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bald. R-Truth is a fucking liar.
So SmackDown is down 32% year over year, and the 18 to 49 demographic is nearly cut in half. The key demo dropped another 20% as of last week, and this is a this was posted 1 week ago.
But
so
wait,
according to these
comments. but this post, this is skewed. This post right here is skewed. The reason I say that is because, bro, we live in 2026. The 18 to 49 demographic, I guarantee you, if it's men, they all know a way to watch wrestling, not the traditional way. You know
allegedly.
What I'm? No, not allegedly. It's a fact.
I don't want to get sued, so yes, allegedly.
I'm not telling you where they're going, but I'm telling you that I guarantee you that if we were to interview 70% of men in the 18 to 49 demographic, they know how to get that shit a different way. So they're not gonna be counted in the Nielsen rating. So this part right here, this is kind of like you could dispute that. Like, you could drop this charge off the rip. Like, motion to dismiss.
Got it. So this is an audience advertisers pay most for. It's disappearing. The numbers keep moving in one direction. TKO Group is worth billions, but according to Bobby Monsoon, which I'll try to clip him, they are in $4 billion of debt. So I also think that this statement is
they better do them Saudi. They better do some Saudi Arabia shows. Bro, WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia is insane. I'm not gonna lie. That's nasty work, bro. Like,
do you think we should go? Like, I've
to
always
Saudi,
wanted to go there.
To Saudi Arabia? Yeah. I wouldn't mind actually. Yeah. I wouldn't mind to go actually.
And then I'll wear the niqab, where the hijab that only shows the eyes.
Yeah. Well, I'll go. I mean,
you bro, wear like the traditional outfits.
Yeah, I feel like, bro, I look Arab already.
So, and then go rent like some G-Wagons and go up the sandals.
Yo, no? I ain't gonna lie, that sounds dope. WrestleMania.
That's what I'm saying.
WrestleMania in Dubai does sound dope. I can't lie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I've been saying that for a long time since they've been doing Crown Jewel. Like, I've been dying to go to a PLE in Saudi Arabia, but obviously all of this stuff that's happening, like, I'm like, oh yeah, no thanks. So hopefully the water will be fine.
At the same
for
time,
us to go. But it's like you get a vacation too.
At the same time, when it comes to that, that's the reason. That's the only reason that Riyadh season is a thing. That's why they have WWE there. They have boxing. They have Cirque du Soleil. They have all this thing because they want to increase the tourism. So, in a way, it's working. Yo, actually, speaking of Saudi Arabia, what the fuck happened to that Saudi Arabia? Remember the Saudi Arabia guy that they were trying to debut at the Royal Rumble? That everybody was saying that he was going to win it?
Remember? I didn't get to watch the Royal Rumble.
But you know who I'm talking about, right?
No.
Okay.
I got to the part where Brock Lesnar got thrown out.
It didn't happen at the show. So it was like the pre-show, like they do like the press conference thing.
The countdown.
Before the countdown though. Before the countdown, they do the other thing. Like on Friday, they might do it, where like they're all show up. Remember where Rhea Ripley threw the water on Nia Jackson shit, and that's I'm just thinking of the WrestleMania 40.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, but I know what you're talking about. He's a comedian, right?
No, he's a wrestler.
Oh, I don't know.
So all right, no. What I'm telling you is, at this event, they were like, "Oh, we got this guy from Saudi Arabia who's training to become a wrestler." And, like, they, like, brought him out, and then, like, the crowd went crazy for him, and, like, everybody thought that he was going to win the Royal Rumble. Like, no bullshit.
That's hilarious.
Everybody was like, oh, there goes my Rumble pick.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah.
So, the streaming deals, the Saudi Arabia events, the licensing, the money is still print. But there is a difference between a profitable business and a product that people are passionate about. When fans stop feeling like the point, you don't lose revenue first, you lose the room. WWE built its empire on full arenas and people who had to be there. Now they're running the same venue 2 years straight, charging record prices, splitting content across 4 platforms. The product didn't get worse overnight. The relationship with the audience did. That is always slower to break and always the hardest to fix.
I agree.
So how do you feel about that?
I agree. I mean, at the same time too, is like that's what wrestling is, bro. Like, and two, what you gotta understand is TKO, and when I say that, I say WWE and the UFC. TKO is, bro. They don't give a fuck about us in the sense of like they already have our money. They're trying to get new fans. The problem is that when you try to focus on your a fair weather fan or a casual fan, you lose your core fans. But it's not something that happens overnight. It happens over time. So that's the thing, is that I just feel like maybe they're going to come back down to earth where they're going to realize like, okay, maybe, because like at the end of the day, it's like wrestling can be big, but wrestling can never, I don't think can ever be the biggest thing in the world.
Okay.
Like-
So what in sports entertainment? What do you think will be number one in the world?
Any basketball, football, baseball, any one of those sports will always be bigger than wrestling.
I feel like I respect what you're saying, but I feel like if I had to choose one, or it'll be my prediction, it'll be UFC.
I mean, of course.
Because basketball is okay. Football is only known in America. They've been trying to like bring it to how they do like the London and the Paris
Germany,
or whatever, and the Germany. They've been trying to bring it out there. It's not as popular. It's still work in progress. And then basketball, it is big in like China and like Switzerland, but it's not as big as it is in America or in either of those countries.
No, I mean, the thing about it, when it comes to basketball is probably the biggest outside of soccer. We're tripping. Soccer is probably number one. Soccer will always be number one.
Yeah, but it's number one over there.
No, I mean, and two, when it comes to basketball, in America, basketball is also kind of declining because the biggest stars aren't even American anymore. It's a lot of Europeans that are taking over the game, and Canadians. And not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but it's not the same league that we grew up watching as kids, and it's still great. Like, but yeah, I think that like there's always gonna be. So I think TKO will eventually be like, you know what? Let me let wrestling be wrestling. Wrestling could be, and that's the thing, is I don't want to sit here and say that I'm discrediting wrestling. What made wrestling could be the biggest thing in the world again, like it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. But what made wrestling the biggest thing at that time is that they stayed true to themselves. They were like, we're the WWF, we're ratchet as fuck, we're crazy, people are gonna get slimed and fucking blood poured on them, and we're crazy, like, and that's what made the world have to watch, So now with this TKO shit, it's just like fucking, I don't know how to explain it. Like they're trying to clean it up a little bit too much, They seen what Roman was able to do in making it cinema, and now they're trying to make everything cinema when it's like, no, it was only him that was cinema. And that's not to disrespect any other wrestler.
So you feel like Roman is like an anomaly?
Yes, 100%. 100%, and that's why even CM Punk said it when he was feuding with him. He said, I'm a wrestler. I don't make cinema. I'm a professional wrestler. And that's not to say that one is better than the other. It's just different. It's just different. And like that's what I think, like Roman kind of fucked the game up a little bit when it comes to that.
That some people aren't going to be able to do crossover.
No, not even that. It's just in the way the wrestling is. In the way that he wrestles. In the way his storyline is. Like, not only he could be that. Like, not any... No, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I think TKO saw that. They decided, oh shit, you know, this is something that can be some crossover shit, and then it's like it's not hasn't necessarily been that. So that's really what I'm trying to say is that like it's kind of like when like in T-Pain coming out with the auto tune, and then everybody doing auto tune, but some people don't sound right with it. Like Roman, and what made Roman's matches cinema? Him, the way that he wrestled, that's nice slow style, the way that he would talk in his matches and look at the camera, and you know the drama of the bloodline storyline. That's what made it cinema. Because two guys go out there have a match and it's not cinema, you know, it's like just a great match, which is nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Well, that was crazy post, and